guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys know, I go to Queen's University, and I thought that this year, since there are no campus tours happening, I would give you my own little campus tour from my unbiased student perspective. So whether you are planning to apply to Queen's in the next few years or you're just curious to see what it looks like, I hope that you enjoy this tour. If you have any questions at all about Queen's, you can always leave me a comment down below or DM me on Instagram. And if you're not already, make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get started. So we're gonna start our tour at the Goods building. This is the Goods Hall. This is the main building for commerce. I don't really know much about what's in there because I'm not in commerce, but they do have a Starbucks in there that's usually open when there's not a pandemic. And then on the other side of the street is Tyndall Field, which is one of the main fields at Queen's. And behind Tyndall is Vic Hall, which is one of the biggest, or the biggest res buildings, but I'll show you the res area later. So this is Stauffer Library, or Stauf. It's the biggest library on campus. So there are millions of floors to study on. There are some floors that are like very silent, some floors where you can talk a little bit with your friends, and there are also study rooms. So if you have like a presentation class, you can meet with your group in one of these study rooms. Okay, so now we're at the ARC, or the Athletics Recreation Center, which is through those doors. So the ARC has the gym, which is really big. I think there's like 3 or 4 floors, and there's even a room that's like only a women's gym, which is really nice. And then also in the ARC there are some club rooms at the top. There's a like student-run cafe sort of, which is Kogro, which is a really good place to go eat. And on the bottom floor there's also a Pharmaprix and a grocery checkout. And then there are also a few food places like Tim Hortons, Pita Pit, Pizza, Booster Juice, and those are part of the meal plan. So anywhere on the meal plan you can use with your meal plan, you can also use with your money. And then over here you can see we're on University right now, and these are some of the student houses. So here we are at the JDUC, which is home to a lot of different places. So first, the JDUC is a res building which has multiple rooms that have their own private bathroom with a toilet, sink, and shower. At the top, I think there's also some rooms that clubs use, and inside there's also Tricolor Outlet, which you guys have probably heard of if you've been to Queen's. This is where most people get their Queen's merch, like this sweater was from Tricolor Outlet. And they also have school supplies and used textbooks to buy. And then also there are some food places in here. I think there's another place. There's a sushi place, a lot of stuff in the JDUC. We are a few doors down from the JDUC now. This is McNeill Hall. It was actually recently renovated, I think in my first year, in 2018. And inside here there's a Starbucks. The student wellness services are in here, and also a lot of exam rooms. And I think that's pretty much it, but it's super nice and modern in here because they just redid it. Okay, so now we're at the McNeill Hall, which is also called the ILC, and this is the main Eng building. I'm not sure what is in here because I'm not an Eng, but I know it's the Eng building. Stop on this street to talk about this building. It's like half Crane building and half Humphrey Hall. This is one of the major psych buildings, so I think that in Crane you participate in psych studies, and then in Humphrey Hall I think that's where most of the psych labs are held. Okay, so now we are at BioSci, which is the main psych building, and I'm sure there are some other science classes that are here. It's a really pretty building. I had my psych lectures here in first year, and there are real trees like growing from the ground. It's just like such a nice, like environmentally friendly building. There's such like fresh air in there. There's also Tim Hortons in here too. There are so many Tim Hortons all over campus. This is the medical building, or like the med building. I think it's only for graduate medical students, but anyone can access these rooms that you can see right here. They are so pretty to study in. I studied here my first year, and through the glass windows you get a view of like the entire campus, and there are also really comfy chairs up there. And then across the street from the medical building, right over there, is Waldron Leonard Hall, which I think is used for some classrooms, and it's also a library. But underneath is Market Street, which is again a place where you can use either your meal plan or just plain old money. And that is where I got my famous yogurt bowls. If you ever watched any of my first year vlogs, so many people always ask me where I get yogurt bowls on campus, and it is Market Street in Leonard Hall. I'm going to show you guys all of the res buildings once we get to them, but there is one over here. This is Waldron Tower. People also call it Wally. It was actually the res that I was in. So it is down this street. It's that tall brown building, and you can't see any windows on it because all of the windows face the water, which is like the biggest plus to it, but it is a little far from the rest of the res buildings, as you will see. There's also this giant view in the ground. Don't really know why. Over here is Theological Hall, which is like one of the prettiest buildings on campus. I actually had my drama classes in here. They have a few stages, so I'm not sure if drama classes are always in here or what else it's used for. It probably is mainly a drama building, but it is so pretty, as you can see, and there's like the Canadian flag on top. Now we are at Kingston Hall. It's another really pretty building. Most of the buildings from now on are like made of stone and they look really nice. I'm pretty sure this building is like an assortment of classrooms, like no program is specifically assigned to it. I know I had my Spanish classes in here in first year. On the other side over here is Nixon Field. It's another one of the main fields on campus. So now we're on University Avenue, which is obviously like the main street that goes through campus because it's called University. And on the street there are just a bunch of buildings where you can have different classes and lectures. So I'll show you that as we walk down it. But first, this is Brant Hall. This is the tallest building on campus, and once it was built, all the other buildings could never be taller than it. I know there's a big auditorium in there where they have graduations. They also have the tamming ceremony, which is part of orientation for the Faculty of Arts and Science. Stauffer Library, which I already showed you guys. So diagonally across the street is another library. So this is this library. It's a little smaller, still just as nice. And as you can see up there through that window, there's stained glass, and it's like this gorgeous room that they kind of call the Harry Potter room. It's so pretty to study there. It's like one of my favorite places to study. This is Dunning Hall. Righ Hall. And here's the Agnes Center, which is an art gallery on campus. Okay, so now we are getting into a little section of campus that is mainly res buildings, but there are still a few buildings that have classes. So this is Van Righ, some people just call it Van, and it's an all-girls residence. It's a very, very small res, and this is also where one of the dining halls is. It was my favorite dining hall. So behind me is Vic Hall, Victoria Hall, but people just call it Vic Hall. It's another res building. It's like the biggest res building on campus, and it's also home to the Lazy Scholar, or people just call it Lazy, and it's another place that is on your meal plan. So this building over here is Leonard Hall, or Lenny, and just like Van, it's half res, half dining hall. So the res part, I'm pretty sure there's like one floor that's all boys, and then the other ones are co-ed. So this is Watts Hall, another residence. And over here is McNeill, another residence. So this is Brant House, it's another residence. I think it's the most recent residence. It is so nice inside. It's all single plus rooms, which which are the biggest rooms. They have double beds and a TV and a mini fridge. And then you can kind of see back there, that is GordBrock. Those are the two res buildings that are attached to each other. And this back there is Morris Hall, another residence. Then across the street from Brant is Smith Residence, which kind of looks the same, but I'm pretty sure Brant is still the newest one. And at the bottom is another place that's on your meal plan called Location 21, or Loco. So this is Leggett, which, as you could have guessed, is another residence. Across the street over there is Chown, which is another residence. And then over here is Adelaide Hall, which is another residence. It's actually connected to BAN, and it is another all-girls residence. We are at the water right now, which is why it's really windy, but it's actually such a beautiful day. Like, it's not even cold. So yeah, Queen's campus is actually on the water. This is Lake Ontario, so especially in like August, September, people come down here to tan and swim. So that is the end of our tour. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful. Again, I respond to every single comment, so if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment down below or DM me on Instagram. But that is basically the entire campus. There's also the student ghetto past here, which I told you guys about, and then downtown is a very short walk away. Again, if you're not already, definitely make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!